Hey guys, so I am back with another Basketball Wives Season 8 review. This review is for episode 13. Wow, I can't believe that we're already at episode 13. Now, if you did not catch my reviews for episodes 1 through 12, please go check those out. Now, this week's episode starts with Shawnee taking a few of the ladies, Evelyn, Malaysia, and Kristen, to a building where marijuana is being grown for her dispensary. Now, she's bringing these ladies to this building because she wants to invite them all on this Costa Rica trip. Now, Shawnee's trying to go to Costa Rica and plan a trip for all the ladies to go because she will be doing business out there with some real estate. So on this little ride to the building where the marijuana is being grown at, Evelyn and Malaysia tell Shawnee and Kristen that they feel some type of way about the pictures that were taken at Jen's event because they felt like they were bombarded by cameras and that the reason why Jen wanted them to all take a picture together was to paint the picture that everything's cool between all of them. And Evelyn and Malaysia saying that they're not cool with Jen, like that the drama was put to the side, but that they're still not cool with her, which is weird to me because Evelyn actually did squash the beef with Jen. Now, Malaysia and Jen never made up, but Evelyn and Jen definitely did make up on that San Diego trip. So I feel like Evelyn's just being phony and she wants to be a part of things with Malaysia and Shawnee, so she's trying to pretend like she still has an issue with Jennifer. Now, Evelyn ended up telling Malaysia to cut Jen out of the photo because there was a picture with the three of them at Jen's event, and she told, Malaysia that she should Photoshop Jen out of the picture and then post it on Instagram. So Malaysia did it. She cropped Jen out of the picture and she posted the picture on Instagram. And they did it on purpose so that they could send the message that they're not actually cool with one another. And I thought that was, fake of Evelyn because Evelyn has been acting this entire time like she's been cool with Jen. Ever since they squashed the beef in San Diego, Evelyn has been acting like her and Jen are almost pretty much back to normal again. So it's weird to me that now, because Malaysia and Shawnee still have some type of issue with Jen, now she's claiming that she still has issues with Jennifer. Now, Evelyn, Malaysia, and Kristen are the ones who get invited by Shawnee to go on the trip to Costa Rica. And then Shawnee also tells them that she wants to invite Jackie. And Malaysia doesn't seem happy about it because she's saying that she doesn't want to go off on Jackie, which I just don't understand why Malaysia and Jackie are still even having issues with one another. The situation really wasn't that serious. They don't even believe the guy is even telling the truth who said that Jen was talking crap about her and her children. So for her to keep it going is stupid to me. But whatever, she doesn't want Jackie there, but Jackie's going because Shawnee wants her to go. Now, Shawnee tells the ladies that she wants to invite OG, but that the only reason why she's inviting OG is because she wants Jackie to have somebody there with her to make her feel comfortable, which I thought was shady because OG's never done anything to Shawnee, so I don't know why Shawnee is acting that way. I really don't know. Maybe it's because Evelyn doesn't like OG. I don't know. And Evelyn wasn't even happy about, OG being invited on this trip. She has a problem with it. And I don't even know why she really has a problem with OG other than the fact that, OG and Phoebe have gone back and forth. So Kristen feels like CeCe isn't going to go. And she's happy that CeCe's not going. She actually feels like CeCe's the reason why Byron didn't show up to her little dinner, when no, Byron didn't show up to your little dinner that you invited him to because you purposely didn't invite CeCe. Of course he's not going to go to that because it doesn't seem genuine when you do it in that way. So she was trying to blame CeCe for that. I don't know why she thinks Byron doesn't have a mind of his own, but whatever. I was laughing my head off because Shawnee forgot about Phoebe and friggin' Evelyn had to bring up Phoebe, like, oh, is Phoebe invited? And Shawnee's like, oh my God, I forgot about Phoebe. Phoebe's forgettable. She's not even important. So, I mean, whatever, she can go. So, Shawnee says she doesn't want to invite Jen, though. And it was just like, wow, but y'all were just cool with her. But Shawnee's insisting on not inviting Jen, and all the ladies that were there agreed. So, we'll see what ends up happening when Jen finds out that she's not invited. So Byron and CeCe have a little date night where they go out for food and drinks together just to catch up and relax and spend some time together because they've been so stressed out on planning their wedding. And so CeCe brings up that she's worried that she may have cancer because she needs to get a biopsy done on her uterus, I believe it is. And she's been putting it to the side and she hasn't been trying to go get it looked at because she's scared to hear that there's something wrong with her, which I'm the same way as CeCe. I get really, really nervous to go to the hospital when I feel like something's wrong because I don't want to hear that there's something wrong. But you absolutely should go. You shouldn't put it to the side and not go check. But a lot of times you're just scared that you may hear something bad and you don't want to hear that there's something wrong with you. So Byron was telling her, that he's worried about her and that he wants her to go get it checked out as soon as possible because, his mom died from cancer is what he said. And he doesn't want the same thing to happen to CeCe. So, he wants her to go get it checked out so that they can both have peace of mind. Now, CeCe was saying that she doesn't want to be a burden on Byron with this whole cancer scare. But, that's about to be his wife. It's not a burden on him. He tells her that it's not a burden on him, that he's there for her and that they're about to take vows that they'll be together for better or for worse, sickness and in health. So he reassured her that everything was going to be okay and that he was there for her, which I think is great that, Byron is there for CeCe and he doesn't allow people to disrespect CeCe. So I like their little dynamic in their relationship from what I can see that they show us on TV. So it's the day of OG's football gala, and she is getting everything set up before everybody shows up. And it looked like there wasn't a lot of people who showed up to this little retirement party that she was throwing for herself. It looked like there wasn't a lot of people that showed up, which is fine because you should only want people there who truly care about you anyway. So I didn't think it was a big deal. So when Jen was walking in, which she was dressed like a birthday cake, like a baby doll to me, I thought it was kind of cute though, Jen's outfit. Jen showed up and she was surprised that none of the other ladies were there and that there wasn't too many people that were at the gathering. Now, Jackie ends up coming up to her because Jackie was there too. So really, realistically, it was only Jen and Jackie who showed up for OG. So Jen gave Jackie a rose gold nameplate in memory of Jackie's mom, which I thought was really, really sweet because they both have that connection with one another, that their moms both passed away from cancer. And Jackie was really emotional and thankful for the gift that Jen got her, which I think was really sweet. Jen has her sweet moments. She's like a Sour Patch Kid sometimes. So, I thought it was nice. And I think it's good that Jackie and Jen's friendship is starting to grow. But, Jen brings up the photo of her cropped out of that picture that Malaysia posted because she saw it and they knew she was going to see it. So basically they were being very petty, Evelyn and Malaysia. Malaysia's kind of aggravating me these last few episodes, and I'm starting to look at Malaysia sideways because she's starting to act like Evelyn a lot towards the end of this season. So that's besides the point. But anyways, she feels some type of way about it because she's saying that she felt blindsided because she thought everything was cool between them. And I have to say, Jen and Malaysia definitely made it seem like they were cool with Jennifer. After that situation where Malaysia ended up confronting Jen at Kristen's skate party, she seemed like she didn't have any issues with Jen after that. She was going to her event. She was being cool with her. She was talking to her. So, she shouldn't have been doing all those things if she didn't really like Jennifer. And Evelyn, too. Ever since the San Diego trip, Evelyn has been acting like her and Jen are back to normal again. She's been going out for drinks with the girl. She's been inviting her to events. She's defended Jen, saying that she doesn't believe that Jen's the one starting trouble, that it's Jackie the one that's doing it. She didn't even make Jen be the one to take the lie detector test. She made Jackie take it. So, I can understand why Jen is blindsided by it. So, OG looks really, really nice. I love it when she dresses in her cultural attire because she looks her very, very best when she's dressed up in her cultural attire. I think if she dressed like that every episode, the ladies would have absolutely zero things to say about OG and the way that she dresses and stuff. But then again, the first season that she was in, they had picked on an outfit that she was wearing that was cultural attire. They'll find anything to say about OG, but I just think that OG looked the best she's ever looked in this scene where she's dressed up in that beautiful gown that's from her culture. So I thought it was really nice. She seemed really happy and comfortable when she's showing people her culture and allowing people to get to know her. So she looked over and she realized that none of the ladies showed up, and she went up to Jen and Jackie, and she told them that she definitely felt some type of way that the ladies didn't show up. Basically only CeCe and Shawnee let her know that they weren't going to be able to come, and I believe Tammy sent a gift to OG. So the rest of the ladies just didn't show up, and I don't think Evelyn even got an invite because they're not cool. But the fact that none of the ladies showed up and they all had an excuse not to come was wrong, and OG felt some type of way because she feels like she supports all the other ladies and they just don't do the same when it comes to her. So she ends up getting pulled to the side by her boyfriend, where he lets her know that he is ready to buy a house together, which I think is great because that means that he's trying to take the next step with OG, and that's what she wants to see and hear, that he wants to be with her for the long run, because we all know she talks about marriage and kids 24/7 to the poor kid. So the fact that he wants to buy a house with her is good, and we'll see if they end up making it work out. So Phoebe and Evelyn go shopping for the Costa Rica trip, and I don't even understand why Phoebe's even shopping for it because she was forgotten about. If I was forgotten about, I wouldn't even go on the trip, but Phoebe's dumb. So she's gonna go anyway. So Evelyn, as she always does every time she's with Phoebe, brings up OG. She tells Phoebe that OG told Jackie that Phoebe said that Evelyn wasn't Jackie's friend. Now, what had happened was at Jen's event, OG was trying to get Phoebe to go outside and talk to Jackie so they could squash their beef. Now, during her trying to get Phoebe to go outside to talk to Jackie, OG had said to Evelyn, well, isn't Jackie your friend? And Phoebe was like, sorry to tell you, but Evelyn and Jackie are not friends. And Evelyn didn't correct her. She just laughed. So what pissed me off in this scene was that Phoebe and Evelyn tried to act like Phoebe was joking around about the whole Evelyn not being friends with Jackie thing. And it wasn't a joke. It was serious. It was real. Evelyn's not Jackie's real friend. And Evelyn had been talking about Jackie for weeks before this episode had aired. So, I mean, obviously it wasn't a joke. It was real. Evelyn's not Jackie's friend. She also told Phoebe that OG told Jackie that Phoebe was talking crap about her after the court case had ended and Jackie had walked out, which she was talking crap about Jackie. She was calling her old and saying that she probably spit a tooth out or something like that. So it's just like Phoebe always says that she doesn't do and say things that she did do and say. And I don't think she realizes that there's cameras on her and it's going to air to the entire world. So there's proof that she said these things. So her and Evelyn are just a bunch of drama queens, and I can't even deal with the two of them. So Phoebe told Evelyn about OG retweeting one of Chad's tweets. Now, Chad is Evelyn's ex-husband, and I believe they got a divorce because a domestic abuse situation happened between the two of them. And what he tweeted was a video of OG twerking during a football game. Now, Chad could have been being petty when he tweeted it out, to get at Evelyn, because Evelyn has been mentioning, his name during this season a little bit. So maybe he was trying to piss Evelyn off by retweeting it. And then, OG had retweeted it again. And so Evelyn got pissed about it. But it's like Evelyn throws so many digs at people all the time. And then when somebody throws a dig at her, it becomes some type of issue. I don't even know why she even cared that OG retweeted something that Chad tweeted that had to do with her. be mad at Chad, but she doesn't even have reason to be mad at that because they've been divorced for a while. And didn't he abuse you? So why would you even care who he's tweeting to and whatever? Why would she even care about that? I just don't understand. But whatever, that's just my opinion about that situation. So Tammy is in her dressing room backstage on set because she has an acting gig. Tammy has been really acting a lot lately, and I think that it's great that she's moving in a more positive direction in her life and in her career. So OG ends up coming to support Tammy, and I think that it's great, her relationship with OG, because it feels like Tammy's being more like an older sister to OG, and I think that that's good. So OG tells Tammy that she just had her retirement party and that none of the ladies showed up except for Jackie and Jen. Now Tammy ends up giving OG the card that was supposed to go with the gift that she had sent to OG. Now, OG didn't have a problem with Tammy not showing up because she knows Tammy's trying to separate herself from the ladies. And at least Tammy has sent a gift to her to show that she was thinking of her during her retirement party. So Tammy tells OG, the ladies who are picking on you and who are bothering you and coming at you all the time, they're bored because they don't have anything going on in their life. She's talking about Evelyn. She's definitely talking about Evelyn. Tammy's shady as hell. But Tammy was telling OG that she's dope and that she always stays true to herself, which is true. I feel like OG's still the same person she was when she first entered the scene last season. So, I think it's good that OG stays true to herself and don't let those ladies, come at you wrong is what Tammy was letting her know, because Tammy's giving her game, because Tammy's been around for a really long time. So Tammy says that she's focusing on positivity and not letting the drama with the ladies take her off the right track that she's going on. And she's pretty much all set with the ladies in general. She doesn't go to anything anymore. She doesn't deal with the ladies anymore. And Tammy's just over it, to be honest with you. But OG says that she's going to give the ladies one last shot. And I believe the one last shot is going to be in Costa Rica. I don't think it's going to go well, though, because the ladies already act like they don't like OG, and anything OG does, whether it's nice or not, they still ain't going to take to her. So we'll see what ends up happening. So Jackie is wrapping up an interview for her podcast with Jason Lee. Jason Lee runs Hollywood Unlocked. Now, Shawnee ends up coming to visit Jackie right after she wraps up her interview with Jason. Shawnee apologizes for missing Jackie's event, but tells Jackie that the reason why she didn't show up to her event was because it was her daughter's birthday that day. So, Shawnee did have an excuse, but Shawnee always has an excuse not to show up to something. I feel like she always has an excuse not to show up. So, she asked about OG's retirement party, and Jackie tells her that OG was upset because none of the ladies showed up. Now, Shawnee says that OG isn't connected to any of the ladies, and that 1 minute she's nice and the next minute she's rude, so people don't really know how to take her. And they don't know which side of OG they're going to get on which day, so they don't feel connected to OG. So OG, basically, she was saying that OG shouldn't be mad that the ladies didn't show up because she's not connected to any of them anyway. Which is dumb, because if Shawnee threw an event and none of the ladies showed up, except for maybe Evelyn, she would have an issue with that too. So I just felt like it was shade why the ladies didn't show up to OG's event. And honestly, I don't think that Shawnee has a reason to have an issue with the OG. I just don't. It's like Evelyn's the leader and everybody else is a minion and a follower, because it seems like Evelyn starts the trends and everyone follows. So, anyways, Shawnee invites Jackie to the Costa Rica trip and tells her that she wants to invite OG just so that Jackie will have comfort. And that maybe with OG coming on the Costa Rica trip, they'll see a softer, less aggressive side of OG. And I'm like, what? Evelyn is spazzing out and flipping out on people at every friggin' trip you go on, but you're talking about that OG needs to show a softer side of herself. As if Evelyn shows a soft side of herself, as if Phoebe shows a really soft side of herself. All the ladies have gone off the rocket multiple times. I don't even feel like OG's ever really gone off as to her greatest capacity that she could go off at. You just went to San Diego and Evelyn was over there throwing drinks and jumping over tables, but you're saying OG needs to show a softer side to herself? Okay, Shawnee. But she also tells Jackie that she's not inviting Jen to Costa Rica, and Jackie feels like it's wrong that Shawnee doesn't want to invite Jen. But Shawnee says that she's not that cool with Jen the way that Jen feels like she is, and she was saying how it would be different with a San Diego trip where they're just driving there and driving back, but that a Costa Rica trip is them having to actually travel with Jennifer and be stuck with her somewhere where they have to fly back and forth from. So basically, she ain't trying to deal with Jen on no damn trip. As CeCe is driving to her hospital appointment, she calls OG on her way there for comfort because she feels really, really nervous. She says that her anxiety is extremely high. I can understand why she's having extreme anxiety. I always have extreme anxiety going to the hospital. The last time I went to the hospital, I had anxiety that was so bad that my blood pressure was so friggin' high that they had to take my blood pressure after my appointment was over because they knew that that wasn't my normal blood pressure. So I can understand the anxiety she has while she's going to this appointment, and OG really supports CeCe, and so I actually like the friendship between CeCe and OG. And so, CeCe tells her that she's sorry that she couldn't show up to her event, but OG understands why CeCe can't show up to her event. CeCe has a lot going on with planning her wedding. She has a lot going on with the stress of this cancer appointment that she has. And on top of that, Byron doesn't really want CeCe too involved with the ladies because he doesn't want her in drama. So, I like that OG understood CeCe not coming, and I hope to see their friendship continue to grow. So OG and her boyfriend go look at houses, and OG seems really, really excited about it because she feels like her boyfriend's showing that he has interest in a future with her. Now, the house that they looked at was really, really nice, but OG just had to go and talk about marriage and kids with him once again, telling him that she doesn't have a ring on her finger and there's no bun in her oven, and asking him what's his thoughts on it. Now, it's good to be upfront and honest with the guy and let him know that you're ready for children and a marriage, but it's not good to shove it down his throat and try to force it on him either, because you should want the proposal to be genuine when he does it and not because you just keep hounding it in his face that you want it. But he did let her know that he has a 3-year plan, that hopefully in 3 years they will be married and she will be pregnant with their child. So she was happy about that because he actually gave her a timeline. So I feel like her and her boyfriend are making progress in their relationship, but I also feel like she needs to take a step back and stop trying to shove marriage and kids down his throat. So the ladies end up going to this wine tasting event, and OG and Jackie show up together. Now Jen is there, and Jackie, being messy, goes and tells Jen that Shawnee said she was not inviting her on the Costa Rica trip. But I don't feel like it was really a bad thing that Jackie told Jen, because Jackie at this point should have no loyalty to any of those ladies except for CeCe and OG, because all the ladies have showed their true colors and showed that they're not Jackie's friend. So Jackie going back and telling Jen something that they said wasn't a big deal in my eyes. I just don't think it was. So Jen says that she feels like the ladies are playing games with her, and that she feels blindsided because the ladies have been acting like everything was cool, and if it wasn't cool, they should have let her know that it wasn't cool. So Shawnee and Evelyn end up showing up, and Jackie tells on herself. She tells Shawnee that she told Jen that she wasn't invited on the Costa Rica trip, and I love that Jackie told on herself. I do. So Shawnee got a little annoyed at, Jackie for telling Jen that she wasn't invited on the Costa Rica trip because she could speak for herself. But I feel like if Shawnee would have went and told Jen that she wasn't going to invite her, she would have made up some dumb excuse as to why she couldn't come instead of being honest with Jen. So Dominique ends up telling Malaysia, Shawnee, and Evelyn that Jen didn't know that they were all in a bad place. And Shawnee ends up telling her, look, I don't have a problem with Jen, which she's lying. She does have a problem with Jen, obviously, because she doesn't want to invite Jen on the trip. So Evelyn ends up jumping in and saying that she feels like Jen was forced to apologize back in San Diego, and that if she wasn't pressed to apologize, she would have never apologized. She also feels like Jennifer didn't own up to everything that she was supposed to own up to, which is, if Jen's saying that she didn't say those things, she's not going to apologize for things she's saying she didn't say. So I don't understand why, Evelyn's still pressing this stuff being said about her daughter. She goes, oh, my daughter had an issue with the pictures being shown of us at your event because it made it look like we were cool when it's not. Those pictures were phony, and my daughter felt some type of way about those pictures being posted because it makes it look like I'm cool with somebody who was talking trash about her. And I'm like, Evelyn, that's your problem. If you still think the girl was talking crap about your daughter, you shouldn't have showed up to her goddamn event. Or you could have said, I'm not taking no pictures, and left it at that. You chose to go to Jen's event, and you chose to get in those damn pictures. So if your daughter's mad, let her be mad at you for it. So, Jen says that they're all childish. And they are childish. They're very childish because the way that they're acting is stupid. So Malaysia said that Jen put out to the world that they were good. And Jen says she had no idea that the pictures were being put out and that she had no control of those pictures because some of the people that showed up had their own photographers. I don't really believe that Jen had no control of those pictures being put out, but I don't think it was really that big of a deal either. And if Malaysia and Evelyn had an issue with that, they should have confronted Jen with that the day of the event or the day after the event instead of bringing it up now at this wine event. So Evelyn says that Jen's apology wasn't in full. And I'm just like, Evelyn, you're never satisfied. Like, seriously. So Jen says she didn't say the stuff about Evelyn's daughter that Shawnee said she said. So now Shawnee's saying that she does have an issue with Jennifer because Jennifer's painting her out to be a liar. Now, I don't know if Shawnee's lying about Jen saying things about Evelyn's daughter, nor do I care. I can understand why Evelyn would be mad about it, but Evelyn accepted Jen's apology back in San Diego. I don't think it's good for her to renege on that now. Like, I just don't. I feel like the only reason why she's trying to change it up is because Shawnee and Malaysia both still have an issue with Jen, and so she wants to keep pressing the stuff that Jen supposedly said about her daughter, and it's just aggravating me at this point. So Jen and Dominique end up leaving, and Jen says that all the ladies are full of shit, and she leaves. So now OG ends up confronting all the ladies and letting them know that she had an issue with all of them not showing up at her event because she feels like she supports everybody else and she feels like the support is not given back to her. Now, she told Evelyn that she didn't invite her to her event because she was talking shit about her feet. Now, Evelyn was like, the only thing I talked about was your toe hanging out of your shoe, and I called you Toji. And OG was like, well, if you're staring at my feet real hard, then you must be looking at me really, really hard to notice my toe hanging out of my shoe. That's the only way you would notice it that much. And Evelyn was like, well, my eyes are wide open and I can see that your toe was hanging out of your shoe, so I talked about it. So OG was like, well, that's why you didn't get an invite to my event. And Evelyn told her, well, she wouldn't have showed up whether she got an invite or not. And so OG was like, well, that's the reason why you didn't get one. And so, OG was saying that the reason why her toe hangs out of her shoe is exactly what I said in my last video, is that OG must oil up her feet because her foot slides down to the front of her shoe. And you can see that there's a space where there's space in her shoe, which means that her foot is sliding. So her foot hanging out of her shoe has to do with her oiling up her feet, which is what she's supposed to do. Now, if she had gone to events with ashy feet, they would have came at her for that. So now you're coming at her because she oils her feet up. That doesn't make any sense to me. So then Kristen runs her stupid little mouth in an interview talking about that OG can't let nothing go. Girl, you're the one who can't let nothing go because you can't even be mature enough to sit down with CeCe and Byron and apologize to Byron for you implying that he was a bad grandfather. You can't even invite CeCe to be there while you apologize to Byron. You don't even got to acknowledge CeCe, but you could have invited her so that Byron would come, and you can't even do that, but you're trying to say OG don't let nothing go. Girl, bye. So Evelyn gets pissed because OG ends up comparing Jen talking crap about Evelyn's daughter to Evelyn talking crap about OG. So she was like, you're talking about Jen talking about your daughter, but you're talking about my mother's daughter, which I thought was kind of a false comparison. But whatever, I don't care. Whenever somebody goes at Evelyn, I'm just happy to see somebody get at her ass. So it was whatever. And that is how the episode concluded. Now, the next episode is going to be very, very good because CeCe comes at Evelyn really hard, and I can't wait to see it because CeCe usually keeps her mouth shut. But I am happy to see somebody who never really opens their mouth come at Evelyn because Evelyn needs to hear that she's an evil bitch. So I can't wait to see the next episode. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Comment down in the comment section what you thought about last night's episode. Subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. I will be reviewing more shows than just Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives. I will also be doing The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I will also be doing Marriage Boot Camp. I'll be reviewing Total Divas. I'll also be doing reviews and story times on the show Mixed-ish, which is coming out in about 2 weeks. And I will be doing more shows as they come out. So please subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for all the support.